Hello everyone, welcome back to your physics class. This is your physics teacher. Hope you all are good. In the previous video we are discussing about sources of sound. As we know, tuning fork is also a source of sound. Music instruments are there. Similarly, animals, human beings, and there are so many non-living things also which can produce sound. So these are the main sources of sound. So we have discussed up to the tuning fork. Now next is the other one, that are musical instruments. So there are so many types of musical instruments like flute and mouth organ, tabla, violin, sitar, guitar. All these are the musical instruments. Piano. So depending upon the medium of vibration, that how sound is produced, or what is the medium of vibration, that whether the vibration takes place through air or through solid or through liquid, then these musical instruments are mainly grouped into stringed instruments, percussion instruments and wind instruments. So what are stringed instruments? The instruments like guitar, violin are termed as stringed instruments because they have the strings, and when the strings are plucked, then they produce vibrations which get converted into sound. Next is the percussion instruments. Percussion instruments are like tabla and the drums. So why these are known as percussion instruments, or what are percussion instruments? The instruments which produce vibration when their membranes are struck or hit, then they get stretched. They have the stretched membranes like in tabla and drums. So when they get hit, then they produce vibrations, and that are known as the percussion instruments. The examples are tabla and the drums or any other instruments. Next is the wind instruments. Wind instruments are that in which vibrations are produced by the air columns. That means the air column vibrates according to the length of the air column. So this includes flute, mouth organ. So these are the wind instruments. Next we will see an activity that is related to the last topic, that how sound is produced by a tuning fork, or we have to check if the sound produced by a tuning fork is due to the vibration of the prongs. For that I already discussed one activity in the previous video, that we can take a container which is filled with water, and after that when we put a tuning fork which is heated with the rubber pad, and then it will start vibrating, its prong will vibrate. So when we put the vibrating tuning fork in the container which is filled with water, then the vibrating tuning fork will produce ripples along the prongs. इस तरह से ripples produce होंगी. So from this it will be clear that the sound is produced due to the vibrations, because if we bring this tuning fork near to our ear, then we can hear the vibrations clearly, and if we want to see the vibrations, that how vibrations are being introduced on hitting this tuning fork with the rubber band, then we can see by placing it in the container which is filled with water, then ripples will be produced along with the two prongs of the tuning fork. Next we are having the activity related to the same topic, that how to check if the sound produced by a tuning fork is due to the vibration of the prongs. So the activity is, for this activity we need a tuning fork, again rubber pad, small light foam ball, means कि हमें एक form चाहिए in the shape of a ball, and a 15 centimeter silk thread. What we have to do, firstly we will take the small foam ball and we will spread it by silk thread. Simple it is very. And after that we will take a tuning fork and we will hit one of the prongs of this tuning fork over the rubber pad. Then it will start vibrating, and if we bring close to our ear, then we will hear a very sharp sound. After that we will bring this tuning fork close to the foam ball, or we will touch the one of the prongs of the tuning fork to the foam ball. So what will be observed? That it will be observed that a sharp sound will be heard when tuning fork is placed close to the ears, but when it is touched with the foam ball, then it will fly outwards, because it is very light in weight, so it will fly outwards as the vibrating prong touches it. It will fly outwards. So this shows that the prongs are vibrating, and from this it is clear, or it can be concluded, that sound produced in the tuning fork is due to the vibration of the prongs. In the place of this foam ball, you just can take a page or a paper, and you just touch the vibrating, or you just bring the vibrating tuning fork close to the paper, then the paper will also fly away from the tuning fork. So in this way we can say that sound is produced only due to the vibration of the prongs. So this confirms that sound is always produced by the vibrating objects or the vibrating particles. So next there is info hub. Here it is written that this instrument is known as harp, and it is one of the old instruments in the world, and it is the national symbol of the Ireland, which is the only country to have the musical instrument as its national symbol. Next is, and this you can see that it is a stringed instrument because it have the strings inside it. Next is the related to the sound waves. As I have told you that there are two types of waves, transverse waves and longitudinal waves. But sound waves are longitudinal waves. What are transverse waves and longitudinal waves? Transverse waves are those in which the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. And longitudinal waves are those in which the particles of the medium vibrate or travel along the direction of propagation of the wave. You can see from here I have another book from which I can explain this. This you can see, this is a transverse wave and this is a longitudinal wave. So a wave motion can be longitudinal or transverse. In a longitudinal wave motion, the particles in the medium vibrate in the direction of wave propagation. Means कि मान लीजिए कि अगर वेव इस तरफ जा रही है तो जो पार्टिकल्स हैं उस वेव के दैट विल आल्सो ट्रेवल इन दिस डायरेक्शन, इस तरह से वो वाइब्रेट करेंगे. बट इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द ट्रांसवर्स वेव मोशन, देन in that the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. इस तरह से अगर वेव इस तरफ को जा रही है, in both the cases we have considered the wave is going in this direction. But in the longitudinal wave, the particles of the medium are traveling in the same direction of propagation of the wave, or they are vibrating in the same direction. But in transverse wave, the particles vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Means direction is तरफ है, but particles are vibrating like this. So these are known as transverse wave, but these are longitudinal waves which can be compressed like this and this, or can be expanded. Now next is that how these longitudinal waves propagate. So when we speak sound waves are generated, these are longitudinal, that is the particles of the medium can be air, water or any solid, vibrate in a direction parallel to the direction in which the sound waves travel, as I have already told you. Now next is that the propagation of sound, and these are the sound waves in air which are in the form of compressions and rarefactions. And this is the direction of the wave. As I have already told you that the particles in the longitudinal wave will vibrate along the direction of wave. Means कि at some spaces the particles of the medium will get compressed, and at some spaces the particles of the medium will get expand. तो जो compressed region है उसको हम बोलेंगे compression, and the expanded region is known as the rarefaction. We will study this in detail. So firstly, as we know, sound cannot travel in vacuum and it needs a medium to propagate. That means to travel from one place to another, sound waves needs a medium such as solid, liquid or gas to propagate. Now we will consider an example in which we can see that how compressions and rarefactions are formed in the sound waves or the longitudinal waves. So for that we take a tuning fork, and we know that any vibrating body undergoes to and fro motion about its mean position. If this is the mean position of any object, this is mean position, then the object vibrates to and fro motion about its mean position. इस तरह से आगे पीछे मोशन होगा. For example, when a tuning fork vibrates, its prongs moves inwards and outwards about their mean positions. तो जब भी tuning fork vibrate करता है, इस तरह से जो उसकी prongs होती हैं वो एक टाइम पे बाहर की तरफ जाती हैं, फिर वो एक टाइम पे अंदर की तरफ आती हैं. तो इस तरह से इनवर्ड आउटवर्ड जो मोशन होते रहता है अबाउट द मेन पोजीशन ऑफ द ट्यूनिंग फोर्क. नाउ here is the detailed study of the rarefaction and compression. So when a vibrating tuning fork is placed in a medium, then the prongs will move outward or inwards. Firstly, when the prongs will move outwards, molecules surrounding it move outwards, causing an increase in pressure. Means कि जब ये tuning fork vibrate कर रहा है तो एक टाइम पे इसके जो molecules हैं, it will move upwards in this direction. They will compress the region. This will cause an increase in the pressure. The molecules surrounding it moves outwards. Means कि जो molecules हैं वो they will get compressed in a region, and that will known as compression. And this pushes the molecules to come closer to each other. Means कि इस वजह से क्या होता है कि जो molecules है they will come close to each other, and that term is known as compression. So the region of high pressure is called compression. This region, which is having the high pressure due to the outward movement of the prongs of the tuning fork, the molecules surrounding it move outwards, which will cause an increase in the pressure, and due to the increase in pressure the molecules come close to each other, and this region of high pressure is termed as compression. But when the vibrating prongs move inwards, at the same time the vibrating prongs of the tuning fork will move inward, then the molecules surrounding it will also move inwards, causing a decrease in the pressure. So at the same time there will be a formation of a region having the low pressure. This pulls the molecules apart. इसकी वजह से molecules क्या हो जाएंगे? They will go apart. From this to this we will consider not this case. We will start from here. Firstly, there is a compression. After that, these compressed molecules will transfer their energy, and they will lose their energy, and the molecules will become far apart. This will pull the molecules apart, and this region of low pressure is called rarefaction. Then the molecules in the rarefaction region will transfer their energy to the next air particles, which will again get compressed, and that region is known as the compression. And again further there is rarefaction. So there are alternate regions of compression, rarefaction, and this will form a longitudinal wave called sound wave. So as the prongs keep vibrating, sound travels as alternate compressions and rarefactions and finally reaches our ears. So in this way, a vibrating tuning fork causes compressions and rarefactions. And it is same as in the sound waves, because vibrating fork is producing the sound waves. So what we can conclude in brief, that as the prongs of the tuning fork vibrate, they compress the nearby air molecules, and this compressed region of air is called compression, and the air molecules in the compressed region push and transfer their energy to the neighboring molecules, and hence the neighboring region is also compressed. But at the same time the air in the previously compressed region expands. Means कि next वाला region expand कर जाएगा, but the previous region will get, next वाला region है जो compress कर जाएगा, but the previous region will get expand होगा, तो वो low pressure वाला region होगा, and that will be a rarefaction. So in this way it causes the alternate compressions and rarefactions in a sound wave, in the progressive sound wave. Now next is activity. The activity is for demonstrating that sound needs a medium to propagate. Means sound cannot travel through vacuum. So in this activity, or for doing this activity, we need a bell jar, an electronic bell, rubber cork, vacuum pump, connecting wires, an electric switch and battery. What is bell jar? It is just a glass jar and it is named according to the experiment. It is known as the bell jar experiment. So it is the first thing that we have to do in the procedure is, firstly we will take a bell jar and we will place the electric bell inside the bell jar. After that we will close the lid using a rubber cork properly. Then in the rubber cork there are two holes through which the wires are connected with the electric bell, and the one end of the bell or the wire is connected with the dry cell and the other end is connected with the switch, and the one end of the dry cell or the battery is also connected with the other end of the switch. In this way we have completed the circuit by using a battery and a switch. Now next is, we will switch on the circuit, and when we switch on the circuit the bell will start ringing, and what observation we can make, that the sound will hear to us, means the ringing bell or the ringing sound of the bell will hear to us. After that we will take out, or we will pump out the air from this jar, because as we have placed this jar on the earth and obviously it will have air inside it. But after that what we will do, we will take out or pump out the air from the jar using the vacuum pump. This is connected to the vacuum pump, and we will observe the sound, volume of sound each time as we are going to pull out the air from the jar. Slowly we will pull out the air from the jar with the help of the vacuum pump. So after that, when we will repeat these steps until we pull out most of the air from the jar. So what we will conclude, or what we will observe, firstly, when there is air inside the jar, then we will hear the sound. But when we start removing the air from the jar, the volume of the sound will start decreasing. And when there is no air inside it, that means when we have already evacuated or we have removed all the air from the bell jar, then no sound will be heard, because the vacuum has created inside the bell jar and we will not be able to listen any sound. So in this way we can conclude that sound requires material medium for its propagation. So this is about the propagation of sound, and it requires a medium to propagate. Thank you.